Today, we're going to talk about the TL-7 and whether you, as a player, should consider buying it. The TL-7. This won't be a normal episode of A Tomato Plays because I've already played the TLC, so I can't give you the normal first time ever seeing an opinion of the tank, but I can at least give you my thoughts about it. The TL-7 is a Tier 9 premium American tank destroyer that boasts a 4-shot magazine-fed 120mm 2B British gun. No, seriously, that's what it's called. The TL-7 was first introduced to the game in May of 2023 during the Call to Mars event, where the only way you could get it was by purchasing loot boxes and hoping you got it versus the other 9 tanks that were offered. Wargaming did the whole every 50 bucks guarantees a win thing, so unless you had the other 9 tanks being offered, you were gonna go be in for an expensive ride. It did go on sale roughly 6 months later in the premium shop, where you could trade your hard-earned cash for one of 4 bundles. Its latest showing was as the 2024 Tank Auction Day 4 offer, where I believe it was not well received in the bidding wars, because there was no bidding on the tank. I'll be honest, I really don't like this tank. While it is fast in a straight line, it turns like a G-Sor, has terrible dispersion and aim time, and couldn't bounce a kid throwing a wad of wet paper at it. It really cannot take a hit. That being said, it does have its strengths. With 360 alpha on the standard and gold rounds and 460 on the HE, its damage is subpar when compared to other similar 120mm cannons, but its 252 of AP and 315mm of APCR penetration is right in the middle of the pack when compared to those same guns. This seemingly low alpha is balanced out by the 4-shot autoloader that can deal out a potential 1,440 damage in just under 7 seconds. While that's impressive, the reload is the thing that's gonna get you killed in the end. At a whopping 41 seconds in the stock configuration, it takes longer to reload the TL-7 than the Batchat 25T. In my opinion, this tank is not for beginners and takes quite a bit of game knowledge to make work, which makes the skill floor quite high. However, when it works, it really works, and I'm going to show you that here in these next 2 replays. All right, so here we are, guys, out on the Siegfried line. Got the TL-7, and I'm moving out here to back up our EBR and Leo, just because I'm assuming that tanks are going to be coming out over here. And interestingly enough, the EBR did come out and was spotting, took a massive hit from artillery as far as I can tell. I don't know if he lost over half his hit points to that shot from Artie or if something else, you know, the Badger, the BZ got a hold of him, but I kind of look and I get a shot in. He goes dark because he's out of render range, and we get the kill. Yeah, that was very, very nice. Just got lucky, but as you notice, I did hit the reload button, so fired off 2, hit that reload. We're getting a fresh magazine in. I want to be ready. By the time I get up, the EBR is pushing, so I need to keep up with him to keep him to keep shooting the things that he's spotting. Right, so we are heading south on the 1 line here on Siegfried, getting over the tank barriers, and he's not spotting anybody. He's not spotting anybody. We are still working on that reload. Unfortunately, the replay doesn't hold or tell us how late out in seconds it is, but there's a lion. I'm going to let this aim in as much as I can, but the lion gets away. And here's a prime example of that really just terrible aim time that this gun has. It is fast in a straight line, but trying to turn corners and stuff, like I said, it turns like a G-Sor. It's kind of junk. So I move farther south to try and get a lion on the Leo, but the lion, sorry, but the lion does spot the EBR and puts a shot or 2 into him. And so the Leo and I are still working south, trying to just find an angle where we can shoot some things. EBR then moves up again. He gets off, gets unspotted. Lion is standing there, so I let this aim. Let it aim. Let it aim. Fire and miss, because reasons. Fire again, but that one hits. Right? And so the third one, and the EBR finishes him off, stealing my kill, right? No, he just secured it. He just secured it, not stealing. But of course, I do tap that reload key because reloading, like I said, the reload on this thing is so very long that you want to, the instant you fire off a round or two, if you have time, reload your gun. That's going to be the most important thing you can do in order to get high scoring and killing games, and not getting spotted early or caught out where you can't get away, or at least just stay camo. So we're just going to kind of camp up here on this hill to try and be able to look down at stuff, trying to find shots on things. So let that fire get another one in, or get one in when I fired, letting that aim in, bounced the side of the Mark II. Got a shot in with that, which didn't really register yellow as a hit, but whatever. EBR is over here spotting things still, making everybody, all the enemy team's life just a pain. But again, we're in this, I think it's 39 seconds with all the stuff that I have, crew and equipment and everything. 39 seconds, I believe, is where my full reload is, but still it is very, very long. So we're just waiting. Just waiting. Can I actually put any shots in? We can't do any spotting. We really can't do much of anything. But the EBR is over harassing those guys. Finally get shot, and he's around the corner. So we're going to try and kill the E100. Got him. He's dead. At this point, I decide, well, there's probably not much in the way of damage that I'm going to get from the Minotauro because he's surrounded by 5 of my friends. And then the Type 61 comes up on the map, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be dead real quick too. So, moving up to try and get the grill and the M53-55 to, at a minimum, spot and try and get some more shots in and get some damage. Just pop up over this hill here, let it aim, and basically pray that nobody else shoots him. And we got him. Got lucky. So, last one here, letting it aim. He's coming out, so I got a better chance. And then already steals my kill. I will call it a kill steal because he is he's already, right? He stole my kill, and that's good enough for me. So we'll go ahead and pop into the next battle, and then we'll look at the results and stuff. So in this battle, we are on Mountain Pass. We are spawning out of the north, and we're gonna see what we can do here to attack and destroy the enemy team. Because that is the point of the game, right? So, using the speed of the TL-7, I try to get in an early position to see if I can't get a little bit of early shots. And, of course, things just miss. Type 63 wings one and hits me. And I look at my mini-map and I got an E5 and that's it. I'm like, I'm out of here, kids. I am not sticking around. See you later. Bye-bye. Adios. Vaya con Dios. I'm gone. I'm not sticking around. E5 was able to stick a shot into the TL-7. As I'm coming around, I tell him to fall back. There's a TL-7. I wing one at him. He shoots one at me. We both miss. E5 realizes that he is in an untenable position. So I'm just going to see if I can't put some shots into guys. I got 2 rounds left in my clip. So here comes the TL-7. I hit him once, bounce one off him, and then I'm on a 40-second reload. Or 39 or whatever it is. But luckily the Type 4 and Defender have come up, so I can hopefully support them from here. However, our E5 meets an early demise. So at this point, I'm looking at this. We got a Type 63, a Kronwagen, an XM66F, and their TL-7. There's really nothing I can do. I'm still a good 15, 20 seconds away, and I am accurately predicting that our Type 4 and our Defender are not going to survive much longer. So Defender is already down. Type 4 is seeing... Whoops. Yeah, let's put that back. So get a shot into him. Bounce off. they're pushing around, so I'm just trying to do something with my hip or my 4-round clip here. And at that point, I know that those guys are gone and the enemy team is pushing. Our western flank is kind of stalled on one tank, so I'm hitting help and spamming the old cap circle. It's the only thing you can do nowadays. But I figure if I can get up here, get some help, we might be able to defend. I'm assuming they're going to be pushing, and I'm going to have tanks up my rear end here real quick. Again, just that reload is just massively long on this tank, so you have to be shooting, reloading, and moving constantly, especially in a fighting defense like this. So I move up to the top. The T-34, the Type 68, the 103, the T-103 is coming back. The Scorpion G and the 5120 all came back. Surprisingly, though, it appears that the enemy team did not continue the push other than 2 or 3 tanks. So the TVP 5051 and the XM66F are the only 2 tanks. He comes around the corner. I wing one at him and hit, but it is a bounce. So we're just going to sit up here. We're going to try and help our team win this fight for the cap and just wait to see if the other team pushes down or if they headed back. The Kronvang's back. The AMX M451 is back. I'm looking for the TVP to see if he's running away or if the Sturv has come up, trying to figure out where their enemy tanks are. TVP pops up. I'm waiting for the XM to pop out, so I go ahead and give him one. Get a lucky bounce. Few and far between on the bounces on this tank, that is for sure. And then I get shot by the 1390, who is across the way. So I'm just trying to basically keep everything going here, trying to keep myself alive, trying to defend the cap, and just spot things. So we take out the XM66, we take out the 5051, the 1390 and the STRV are still over there. I am on reload again, down to 8 APCR rounds and 16 AP rounds. Total of 32 rounds for, 24 rounds for the rest of the match, which, you know, should be enough, you would think. But our push over to the ice road and up to the cap has floundered, and all of our mediums are dead. Other than the type... No. Who's still alive? The WZ. So STRV comes around, or is sitting around the corner, lying in ambush, and the Type 68 unfortunately falls to him. The 103 puts a massive shot into the STRV. I'm just playing Overwatch. That's all I'm doing. So I look at the map and I'm like, hey, those guys are coming down the road. I need to check the ice road to make sure that we're not going to get ambushed from behind. And so I run over here. As you can see, this is full trying to turn the corner there. And again, this thing just turns like a G-SOR. It is terrible. T-34 decides that he wants to join me on this adventure down Ice Road. And then we do spot the 1390, the enemy 1390, heading over, trying to get some spots, get a reload, do whatever, join his buddies. But I come over here and I am watching the ice road. T-34 is coming back. I ping this to see exactly what I'm looking at and just make sure it's not something where I might be able to see a tank and kill him, but I'm not. Kronvag is down in the water, so I'm like, alrighty then. Let's maybe... Oh, and the Type 63 is up there. Okay, so if I can get to the side before the Kronvang can get up on the lip, I might be able to actually put some shots into his side. However, he does make it around, and I don't want to obviously drive under the bridge and end up getting shot by the 2 tanks that are above, the AMX and the Type. So I've come up with the brilliant idea that I am going to go to their cap, not drive on cap, so as to not alert the enemy tanks that I know where they are, or they know where I am, I should say. I want them all thinking that I'm still there. Type 63 is on the bridge. T-34 has been caught out, and I believe that he is actually taking damage. and ends up being killed by the Type 63 and a Kranvang, something like that. I don't remember exactly, but the 63 is looking for him. Type 34 is trying to get around. My goal is to get the Kranvang out. I want the Kranvang. Maybe if I can catch the AMX M4, that would be nice too. But I don't know exactly where he is, and I'm not 100% sure I want to try and find him. So I pop up here just to see what I can see first before heading down. If the AMX is still sitting across the road, and he's not, he's over on the bridge. So I drove up here for no reason whatsoever. Now, AMX still has quite a bit of health. Granvang still has, 2/3. Type 63 sitting at 811. The AMX 1390 is at 714. So I figure, well, the Kranvang's got to be there. They're going to try and pinch the 103. There's the Kranvang. So I go ahead and sneak up right here. Aim in. Got to get all 4 of these shots to hit. If I can track him, all the better. Nope, not quite lucky enough. Looking to finish him off. Get him. All right. Backing up. This allows the 103 to turn around and defend those guys. The 5120 is in an ambush spot, so I'm trying to feint that I'm going to go see if I can't get the 1390 out, when in reality, I'm thinking bridge, because I can't take on a 1390, and especially, trying to turn around with this tank that turns like a battleship, and our 103 is now dead, killed by the Type 63. So what do? The AMX 5120 is fighting from the top of the hill against 2 tanks with superior health, trying to stay alive. And he can't really run, but maybe if I can get here, I can do something. Now, he's got 93 hit points in a prayer. So here comes the 54. And I'm like, well, what the heck? I can see him, but can he see me? And apparently he can't. So the camo on this thing is pretty decent. Well, he starts getting shot, so I put one in, and the 5120 is able to finish him off. So 5120 is trying to run. He put the shots into the AMX, and I'm assuming he's hoping to try and live. So I got to try and help him live. But unfortunately, there's not much I can do, not much he can do. So here comes the 1390. Take a shot, miss. Get the second one. Third one for the kill. And now the chase is on. I have to reload. Again, 40-some seconds. Type 63 probably knows that I'm reloading, so he's coming down to try and finish me off. If I have a full clip, if I have a full magazine, I can kill the Type 63. However, until that point, I'm kind of toast. So I know I'm going to take one in the back, which I do. I try and just get under the bridge, get somewhere that he can't get me. My goal was to get around the corner. And I was pretty sure, if I hadn't gone this way, I probably could have made it to not get spotted by him. Getting close to reloading. And there he is. And where I messed up here is I should have stopped. I should have backed up and started trying to get below his gun, let it aim in. And so I try to hug the rocks here, try to get away, get some distance, because I know my vision is better. However, it's just not meant to be. So, unfortunately, was a bit of a sad sad result for this this game, but I hope this helps to show you what this tank is, what you can do with it. Like I said, it takes quite a bit of game knowledge. You have to understand the ability to when to fire, when to dump a clip, when to maybe put 1 to 2 in, and then instantaneously be reloading and moving. This tank is all about reloading and moving and finding those angles where you can do the damage at. So let's go look at the results and we'll talk a little bit more about it. So here are the results for those 2 replays. The first on Siegfried line, I would say, is more of an attacking second line tank destroyer supporting lights and medium tanks to finish the battle and end up with a good result, right? 3,060 damage, 3 kills, and let's say we did any assistance. Oh, 47. Look at that. Made some pretty good money on that with 115,000 credits after taxes and a 12,850 bonus. On the other hand, standard pass or standard pass, mountain pass from the north, which apparently has the worst win rate of every map on known to man. I don't know. I went on the north plenty of times. I'm not quite sure, so maybe it's just me and I'm just that great. Not this time though. Anyways, um, the ended up with the defeat, but 4,000 damage. It was a fighting defeat the whole time, trying to outperform and outmaneuver, which in this tank just makes it very difficult. If I could have gotten around that or past that block, if I would have been able to turn quickly and get out from under the bridge, get around the corner before the Type 68 was able to put another shot into me, I think, maybe it could have ended differently. With the Type 68 only having 600-ish hit points left, I could have easily taken the hit and then just clipped him out and won the game. So it was really a mobility issue that ended up making me lose that versus other aspects. And again, I did make the choice to get under that guy's gun to where he could shoot me versus getting or staying underneath him to where I could shoot him, but he couldn't get his gun down on me. How easily I could have done that, I don't know, especially with the aim time and the bloom and everything on this gun. But 4,000 damage, 3 kills. We came in the top and 441 assistance, which isn't a great thing. But we did clear 16,000 credits after taxes, after ammo, because we spent 78,000 credits on ammo, shooting most of the gold that was in the clip. So I would say, do you want this tank? I can't. I don't think I can, in good conscience, recommend this thing to new players. If you're an experienced player and you understand, you do pretty well in the bat chat, then this is really just like a worse mobility bat chat. And the gun just isn't quite as trolly. You don't have as much DPM in your magazine, but it's fast in a straight line, and the gun is pretty okay once you get it on target and you let it settle. So do those things, and I think you'll do just fine. But again, I hope this helps to highlight the TL-7. I am sure that in 6 months this thing will be back in the premium store, and you'll have a chance to pick it up if you didn't pick it up during the auction. And honestly, I think for average to higher tier players, they'll do well in this. I think one of those games was the third class and had 3 or 4,000 with the damage and the kills, and it was still only a third class, which tells me that good players are playing it really well. In fact, you can look and see that the 95% is 2,700 for the third mark in expected values. Now, obviously, that I would say that's probably closer to 3,000 damage, which I don't see you doing on a real regular basis in this tank, at least not me as an average kind of tomato. So let me know what you guys think. Also, let me know if you enjoyed this style of previously played tanks through a tomato plays where I gave a brief history and then play, have a couple of good games or whatever to try and help you understand how the tank works, and maybe we can start doing some. So throw out some suggestions on tanks that you would like to see played, that might be tech tree tanks or other premium shop tanks or whatever. Maybe we can expand this to something that isn't just brand new tanks that Wargaming is putting out. Other than that, guys, I appreciate everybody watching. And if you're interested in checking out my review of the other auction tanks, go ahead and click these videos over here.